All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to cover the very much anticipated Calvin and Hobbes 2023 two-team finals. This is a culmination of a lot of these two-team games, plus a draft, plus a lot of various bickering between who the captains were. We actually have a classic rivalry. I think I mentioned this in previous videos. Team Father Xmas against Team MP, or otherwise known as the Commonwealth, of which Spy is sort of the only other member of the Commonwealth, if I recall correctly. I'll just quickly show you guys what the teams are. We have Cryptos. Well, if he sees me, he'll join. But let's see here. What was I going to do? I was going to show the teams. Yeah, so these are the teams right here. We have Team MP with Spy, Gorilla, Xenophone, Scratch, John God, and Flick42 against Team Xmas with Cryptos, Karma, Overdose, Rickless Morty, Fenster, and Meerkat. Now, I don't believe Flick showed up, or he might have showed up later. Meerkat did not show up. He had some kind of family event, and so that was off the table. But, looking at the top six of each team, I actually feel that Team Father Xmas has a very, very strong top six players. And, obviously, whichever team has Karma is never really out of the fight. And so, that's a big deal. But, Team Spy, there's a lot of players, MP Spy, Gorilla, Xenophone, Scratch, John God. We've seen plenty of videos with these players. They've played a lot with each other, both on the same team and against each other. So, we all kind of know each other at this point, and therefore that largely neutralizes a lot of the advantages some of us might have against each other. But like I originally said, I do believe Team Xmas might have the slightly more stacked team. However, there were also some, in addition to Flick and Meerkat not being there at the start of the games, we also have a couple of replacements. We have Gerald joining Team Father Xmas, and I think we had Rage and Raper. Raper, kind of like Karma, is one of those players that can really just shift the tide of battle on their own. And I think technically because Meerkat dropped out, Father Xmas technically had the first pick of all of the non-drafted players, in which case, he obviously would have chosen Raper over Rage and Gerald. But in the interest of having fair games, I kind of nixed that and said, Raper by default has to be on MP's team, just, so that Karma and Raper are not on the same team in the interest of fairness. And then I think Rage somehow ended up on Team Empty, and we got Gerald. So I don't really remember how it went down, and that's because I forgot a lot of stuff. And why did I forget? Because so much time elapsed between last Sunday and now. This is Saturday evening, and you may be wondering, well, why didn't you cast these games immediately after they happened? And that's because Mr. Karma, he said that he was going on some trip to Alaska or something, and he could only do Fridays or Saturdays would be best for him. We sort of locked down tentatively Friday, and he basically something else came up and he was unable to join us. And now I'm basically just doing this by myself because I don't want too much time to elapse, and I want to keep these games somewhat fresh in my mind. Hopefully Kryptos will join us. I don't know, maybe I should message him or something, but yeah, we'll just keep on trucking, and we'll jump into these games. This is actually a warm-up game. We all decided that, in order to shake off any rust before these games got, serious, that we should just play a warm-up, and so this is that game. If you notice, Father Xmas, his strategy was Karma and Overdose Swamps. Now, this is one of the talking points I wanted to make, is that Karma really shouldn't be going swamps, and me, I dare anybody out there to peruse my videos, Stonewall's videos, anybody else who has some World War II videos that feature me. Check out those videos. I'm pretty sure there's about 100 S2 games between me and Stonewall, and I challenge anybody to find one game where I went swamps prior to this game, and I don't believe any exist. And so the fact that Father Xmas sent me to the swamps either means he doesn't know me as a player, or he's just trolling me. Either way, it's a bit troubling, and I don't really know what Father Xmas's sort of thought process was. Anyway, despite Father Xmas calling for all planes, we really only see Kryptos and Fenster, whereas Karma is following orders, which is kind of actually a bit rare for him. Karma and Raper, this is a battle of the heavyweights. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and we see Overdose, of course, with the first kill of the game. We see some gunfight here. Kryptos and Fenster, again, really the only... Okay, everyone else is coming in a bit late. Geralt and Reckless Morty there to back up. I think Kryptos just ate a Zook from Spy. Meanwhile, we see John God and Karma battling it out. So we see Team Father Xmas jumping out to a big lead, and it looks like they have a nice dispersal of units, both in the swamps, the middle, well, they used to be in the middle, and the plains, even though they are still fighting right now. We have Gorilla, Xenophone, Spy versus Reckless Morty, Fenster, and Kryptos. One thing to note is that these three units are all being controlled by three different people. Oh, nice Zook there from Spy. And so, we're getting a lot of this, controlling one guy at a time kind of thing, even though Spy, that's because his other soldier died. But yeah, I don't know how much of a fan I am of that. Meanwhile, we see Karma engaging Rage and John God, but wisely he's keeping a distance instead of running up this hill, which you definitely don't want to do. But it appears as though Father Xmas really has taken control of the plains. Great job there from Reckless Morty, Kryptos, and I guess Father Xmas himself, and Geralt. Yeah, MP's team very passive here. And they're definitely on their heels. What am I doing? I think I'm just chucking RPGs at people. And we see Gorilla and Spy trying to engage in the plains. Is this a suicide RPG? No, it's not. Okay, Gorilla is just going to get shot there. Rickless Morty now putting the pressure on Spy. Some pretty bad grenades right there. I don't know what the purpose of that was. But you can see there are about 9 people. 9, 10, 11, or 10 people. They are all defense at this point. And, you know, I think Karma should actually be trying to make a push for this hill. But instead, everybody's backing up for Team Father Xmas. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we see Father Xmas and Drawl peeling back. So yeah, I mean, Father Xmas says, we are up, play smart, but the smart thing to do might have been to continue the onslaught. And, but instead, Team Empy is going to regroup. We have John God and Rage holding down the swamps. Karma and Overdose healing up and getting more ammo. Just a reminder, this is a warm-up game, so the care factor might not be there yet. You see an RPG barrage. No hits there. But we see this 5-soldier force of Karma and Overdose going up against 6 soldiers, Xenophone, John God, and Rage. That looks like a good RPG. Oh, it's going to land right in the middle of all 4 of those guys. So yeah, Team Father Xmas really has Empy's team surrounded, but of course Team Empy does have that elevation advantage. A wild RPG there, probably from me. Oh wait, no, I still have my RPG, so maybe it was Karma. Meanwhile, we see Gorilla, Kryptos. Kryptos no stranger to the backfield of the opposing team. Father Xmas helping out Kryptos there. Ooh, I think Karma might have gotten killed there. Just missed it. Might have been a grenade from... No, I don't see any kills there. Well, something must have happened. This plains force is still pretty strong. Gerald Toad coming in to pick off a soldier. Meanwhile, we have Fenster and Rickless Morty holding down this side. Rage should really consider sparing some guys. You know, he's got these 3 units. Spy might need a guy, Raper might need a guy, John God. He should probably consider sparing some units out. Meanwhile, Gerald Toad wisely healing his teammates, even though he is going to go down from Gorilla. Nice shot there from Gorilla. Overdose should be making a play for the flag while Team Empy is distracted. I'm not really sure what Overdose is doing. Oh, I think someone else is going to go down, and Gorilla's soldier is going to go down. So now it's 35-25, and now Empy's team is going to be able to regroup because there's no longer anybody in the backfield. Rage wisely handing out some spares. Fenster making a wild charge up the hill. This isn't a very good idea here. Okay, he's backing off. And Spy with the very aggressive play. He's walking in between three different soldiers. I mean, he's really going to be challenged here. Oh, but I don't know who that was. Fenster, maybe? It's going to get taken out. Rickless Morty now. Shooting the side of a hill. Not very productive, but he is pretty damaged. Meanwhile, we have someone back here. Is it Cryptos? No, it's Rickless Morty. Okay. Father Xmas, Fenster, Karma, Overdose. They are all D, so this is it. Overdose with his RPG. Gonna do a little bit of damage, but he probably wants that one back. Maybe a patented Karma fire nade. Spy's gonna kill Overdose. Fenster's going after Spy. Oh, nice shot there from Father Xmas.
Flag contested.
And is he going to close this out?
Flag
yes, he is.
Captured.
There you go. So it was a pretty close game percentage-wise. I mean, it came down to 3 versus 2 at the end. And I think, yeah, I mean, obviously, anybody who got in the 20s of damage, you know, Father Xmas, who got 6 kills and 1 loss as the team captain. So, I mean, he really did a great job fighting, perhaps, even though I disagreed with his strategy. He definitely did some work on the offensive side. You know, Karma, of course, with some nice damage there, even though he did lose 5 soldiers. He got annihilated in the play. I still don't remember what happened here. I don't think I caught it. But, you know, for a while there, we were holding this swamps area. But the thing about, again, you know, they're really, you know, I don't want to go off on too much of a rant here, but there really is no end game for securing the swamps, because, you know, if you're in the South Hill and you cross the swamps uncontested, you know, the next step, I guess, is to charge up this hill, which is basically suicide. Whereas if you secure the plains, you know, because it's so much faster to travel across the plains, you know, you can really exert more pressure in this area, especially since, you know, it's pretty easy to use these trees as cover to sneak into the backfield. You know, if you want to go old school, you can waste their heals. You can pick up these RPGs that are always hidden in the bushes that no one ever seems to pick up. You know, bomb their hill. You know, there's a lot of interesting things you can do when you secure the plains. And conversely, if you're the North Hill and you secure the plains, you know, this is a pretty nice spot to, you know, to exert pressure on the enemy. Whereas, you know, you might want to sneak 1 or 2 soldiers kind of in this little island here, and you can get some good shots, you know, against guys guarding this area. But, you know, again, when it comes to the swamps, there really just is no end game. And so to send a player as valuable as Karma to the swamps, I feel like it was a waste of his talents. I think, you know, me going to the swamps was, you know, should have been sufficient. You know, I would have appreciated a 3rd soldier, but, you know, I guess I'm not good enough for that. But, yeah, I mean, I think Father Xmas may have overthought the strategy a little bit, and we'll see what happens, and we'll see if it has any repercussions as we as we continue these games.
Team eliminated. Game over.
All right. Now this is game 2 in the playlist, but it's actually the first of the official finals games. Third reminder, the game we just saw was a warm-up match, and it doesn't count. This is the first, and it is a best of 7. So here we go. This is it. Joining Team Father Xmas is Inquisitor, and I believe Team MP is the same. Now I think Father Xmas wanted us to do the same thing. Basically everyone plains except me and Karma swamps. MP saying Guerrilla and Spy plains. Raper and Rage go mid and support planes if need be. Raper says, okay, well,
Game on.
Xenophone and John keep an eye on swamps. Yeah, so again, both of these players, both of these captains really wanted sort of a three-pronged attack here. I mean, MP, by saying keep an eye on swamps, that's definitely more of a defensive posture, or a defensive wording, I would say. So, he's not ordering a full-on expeditionary force to this area. But, the fact that MP really kind of divided his units, 2 players each in the, the swamps, mid, and plains, respectively, kind of shows just a really different strategy than I would have done. But again, these guys earned the right to be captain. I did not earn the right to be captain. So, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, we see an attempt to pop these RPGs, I believe. This is a valuable source of RPGs. Now we see Xenophone. Perhaps... Oh, I think yeah, that was me. I launched some... Yeah, so I think... Drawl, Kryptos, Fenster. We're going to take over the plains pretty much. Raper's probably going to go on the run. We see Xenophone and John God. Overdose doing some damage to Xenophone. Yeah, there's not much of a plains presence here. We see Guerrilla and Spy in the plains, but it's really just 3 people. They're kind of like getting enveloped. I would recommend they pull back. And these guys are going to pull back. And again, right off the bat, Father Xmas is really spread out his units, and they are sort of slowly engulfing Team MP. Xenophone is going to be pretty tough to take down on that hill. Kryptos, Geralt, Fenster, and Reckless Morty. You see there's no backup, so if I were Reckless Morty, maybe you should come around this way. Or Kryptos can come up this way. Doesn't look like much is being done here. Although we do see a couple of Reaper soldiers. Reaper perhaps going with the heal nade, but unsuccessful. I think Karma with the suicide RPG. Karma perhaps with an air. Oh, there was a guy there. Okay. Yeah, I think Karma needs to get out of there. Meanwhile, over here, this is still going. Guerrilla and Spy fighting to the death despite being heavily outnumbered. John God and Karma. Oh, Overdose is going to get a kill. Xenophone is now off this hill, but Karma, just one soldier, is going to be forced to retreat. See, Kryptos, if I were Kryptos, I would just launch my RPG and try and kill this guy, because he's pretty dead. Is he going to do it? He does. I think he should have done it a bit earlier. But yeah, I don't know what these soldiers are doing. I guess they're going to heal, but you know, if they had really just gotten more aggressive and wiped out these three soldiers, I feel that could have secured the plains. But instead, it looks like Guerrilla and Spy with just 3 soldiers, they're going to effectively win the plains. Yeah, that is an excellent job by those two. Meanwhile, we see Overdose almost. Oh, it looks like Xenophone is going to die from some shrapnel. Yeah, that is too bad for Xenophone. Raper and Rage going up against Kryptos, Fenster, and Father Xmas. 3-on-2, but yeah, I'm just really surprised how Spy and Guerrilla were able to basically defend against 6 players at one point in the plains, and again, you know, just by doing that, I think they maybe not in terms of kills and deaths and that kind of thing, but like, you know, they held the ground, and very, very interesting. And now it looks like Team Father Xmas is actually, they're on their heels here. They're on the run from 2 soldiers, Raper and Spy, a very deadly duo, but still there's like 6 guys here. All they need to do is just kind of turn around, but instead they're just booking it to the flag. Meanwhile, we see Karma perhaps going to stir up some trouble in this area. Again, very, very, you know, I know Spy is a great player, Raper is a great player, but, you know, for Rickless Morty, Fenster, Gerald, for them to just kind of turn heel and start running for the hill, very, 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 very bizarre. I think perhaps too much respect was given to these guys, and I think if Team Father Xmas ordered an all-out rush against these 3 guys, it wouldn't last very long. Meanwhile, Karma is over here, stirring up trouble in the backfield still. Overdose picking up some RPGs. there's 8 people at the base versus 4, and these 8 soldiers are actually, you know, getting roughed up a bit. But it does look like Spy might be peeling off. Well, it looks like Karma might be getting surrounded here. Alright, now we see Xenophone and Overdose in this hill battle. Oh, maybe he's going to back off a bit. Overdose, I think I was trying to rotate so I could help Karma quickly if need be. But then I thought maybe I should just attack Xeno instead. But again, meanwhile, we, again, just 8 soldiers against 4, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of aggression despite the 2-to-1 advantage. I don't know what that is all about. Cryptos leading the charge, so I think Cryptos has the right idea in terms of getting aggressive, but no one else seems to be following his lead, which really kind of pins Cryptos down here. But he is going in Rage and Gorilla. I mean, these guys aren't that scary. I don't know why. Just getting whittled down here. Xenophone and John God are in pursuit. Yeah, I really just have what Team Father Xmas is doing. Meanwhile, we have a battle here. Xenophone and Overdose. Looks like a soldier is going to go down up north. But I'm not sure why Team Father Xmas isn't just rushing these guys. Like Xenophone might have either run away or died. Oh, it looks like he's ran away. Okay, see? Now it looks like... Yes, okay, so now that is taken care of. Spy not very happy about what just happened. But, you know, again, all Father Xmas had to do was just rush those guys. But instead, you know, we were just getting surrounded there. We see Karma, I think he healed up, now he's going back on the offense.
Remaining.
I am going back to the base, and I'm trying to attack, trying to outmaneuver Gorilla. We'll see what happens here. This is Spy, John God, Gorilla. Actually, it might be a good idea for me to back up right now, because I'm the one who was the hunter is now. I could have zooked him right there too. Just shows you how bad I am, and then I'm gonna get shot. So that could have been a pivotal soldier right there, but I dunked it away. It looks like. Meanwhile, it looks like Karma is going to have to try and heal, but Reaper and Xenophone are in hot pursuit. We see 3 people on Spy and Gorilla. Looks like a good nade. Oh, it bounces off his leg. And it looks like Karma's gonna get shot. Spy's gonna get taken out. Nice, nice maneuvering there from Father Xmas. Wait, maybe that was Gorilla who died. This is Spy, and he's gonna go down. So it's all tied up. If I just retreated, I think we would be up 1. We see some shenanigans in the swamps. Reaper, John God, and Xenophone. Oh, is he gonna get Father Xmas? Meanwhile, we see Rickless Morty and Gorilla. Gorilla deciding to not use the height advantage, come off the hill. If Rickless Morty had an RPG, he could have just popped him, but... But now we have this assault in the swamps. Rickless Morty's getting surrounded here. This doesn't look good. Yep, he's gonna go down. Alright, so there's about a minute left. And 3 soldiers. I think Father Xmas needs to play for the tie. And... oh, we have MP going backwards for a second. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get there anymore. Well, yeah, he probably should.
1 minute remaining.
And Crypto's throwing a gun. I don't know what kind of strategy that was.
Flag contested.
We have fire nades and bayonets being thrown.
Flag contested.
Not really sure.
Flag
Oh, and now Gerald gets blown up, and that's going to do it for this game. So yeah, again, you know, I'm very skeptical about the the Karma and Overdose Swamps strategy. However, what I will also say is that a combination of Gerald, Fenster, Kryptos, Rickless Morty, they combined could not overcome and overwhelm 3 soldiers that were defending the plains for Team MP. So that kind of is a bit disappointing, even though I do believe that our strategy was a bit suboptimal. But yeah, there you have it. That was game 1. Great job to Spy. Great job Raper with the most damage in the game. And so the score is now Team Commonwealth 1, Team Father Xmas 0.
Team eliminated. Game over.
All right, now another thing I forgot to mention is that for these official games, it's the loser who chooses the next game. So Father Xmas decided to keep it on S2, but do full house instead, so that the teams get 24 soldiers each instead of 20. So an extra 4 guys, unless somebody wants to get a cannon. But these are serious games, and so I don't think cannons were on the table. But let's jump into this is game number 2. Now I believe this is the game where Karma and Kryptos kind of put their foot down and told Father Xmas, like, we need to be planes. And I think Father Xmas gave a bit of ground there, because, Father Xmas, I remember suggesting, me not going swamps because I have a reputation that I always go planes, and he basically said, no, I'm the captain, listen to me. And then he sent me back to the plains, or sent me back to the swamps. So, I don't know. I mean, he really didn't want me in the plains for some reason. And, but at least Karma and Kryptos,
Game on.
because of their either famous or infamous reputations, were able to convince Father Xmas that more planes was necessary, and I was sent as the lone swamps player. So Father Xmas saying, floodplains, imagine you guys are a tsunami. So we'll see what happens. There's some chatter that Karma was raping in the swamp. And so Team MP might have a heavier presence in the swamp. Other than that, it looks like Spy is headed all planes. Raper is going to sit on a pile and, do some lobbing. You see Xenophone going swamps. Father Xmas running into an RPG there. Alright, so here we see Inquisitor and Kryptos on the front lines. Karma kind of a little bit behind, and Recon Morty. So we have 6 people in the plains. Spy appears to be all by himself. I don't know if that's by design or what, but he is going to get off a shot on Inquisitor, and he is going to go down. Explosions are happening everywhere. This is actually kind of difficult to capture here. We see some explosions there in the swamps. We see, I think, a missed pile pop. I was actually on those RPGs. We see another missed pop. Raper saying he just suicided. I think he was stuck on the pile probably. But all the action is here in the plains. Gorilla, Spy, and Rage versus pretty much everybody. Kryptos, Karma, Inquisitor, Reckless Morty, Kryptos, Jaral. This is a party in the plains, and everybody's invited except me because I was sent to the swamps. going down there. I think that might have been Rage. See, me just having sort of free pickings because, you know, Team MP was unable to pop that southern pile. And they are also getting boxed in here in the plains. Something sneaky would have been to get some of these, Father Xmas, to get some of these zombies, you know, have them post up in this area and start sealing this off. But, yeah, that didn't happen. And we're actually seeing sort of a retreat here of sorts between Reckless Morty and Karma. Reaper is trying to box in these guys, but not really sure if it's going to work. Grenade almost getting him. Father Xmas, not really sure if he actually saw Reaper because he wasn't firing. You see a nice barrage of RPGs from, I think, Karma? Yeah, Karma. Xenophone says he has the swamps, but little does he know that I'm sneaking around here. See Cryptos here. This is really good positioning from Cryptos. He can actually box in Xenophone. We'll see if Overdose actually helps Cryptos instead of just standing there. I think Overdose might have left Cryptos hanging there for a bit. That was kind of bad on my part. Sorry, Cryptos. We had him surrounded and I messed it up. Anyway, we have a full-on plains battle here. Probably between too many people to count, but Father Xmas, Rage, Reaper, Fenster, Karma, Jamal. Over here we have John God, Spy, Rickless Morty, and then is that Cryptos? No, it's Karma. Okay, so everybody is in the plains area. Me and Xenophone kind of duking it out in the swamps. We'll see if I can get this guy. Get one of his soldiers. We see Cryptos coming in again. I go down, but just a nice, you know, sort of slowly crawling wall here that is forcing Team Empty to back up. Now, Father Xmas, I really liked his positioning here, but he is now in retreat mode against this one Raper soldier. Maybe he just doesn't want to engage. Yeah, if Father Xmas was able to secure this little part of the hill, and these guys rotated, I think Team MP would have been in some real big trouble. But instead, sort of backed off again. Right as it seems like the momentum is getting going, Team Father Xmas decides to back off. I'm not really sure why that is. Meanwhile, we see Cryptos floating around in the swamps. I'm floating around in the swamps. And all the action is over here in the plains. I think maybe Cryptos at this point should try and, you know, maybe take some of this area over here. Yeah, if Cryptos went here, we could have started a crossfire, but I think he's got bigger ambitions to maybe work these heals and just basically be a menace in the backfield, which he's really good at doing. See Xenophone seemingly with an endless supply of soldiers. It seems like you kill his soldiers, he gets 2 more. He's kind of like the stormtroopers of World War II. They can't hit anything, but there seems to be just an endless supply of them coming at you. And that I think really is a great metaphor for the way he plays. Meanwhile, you see an assault by Rickless Morty, Father Xmas, Fenster, and Karma. At this point, I believe they are all defense, if you count these 2 guys. Team Father Xmas setting up a nice crossfire here. You see that, Rickless Morty and Karma working well. That's exactly the kind of stuff that you want. But again, we see Father Xmas. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's really, I think a lot of these players are really obsessed with healing. And it results in these sort of drawn out, more passive type games. Raper, I believe maybe he has taken control of this team because he's the one barking orders. He's calling for a rush of the middle. That grenade is going to get whoever that was. And these 2 guys are going to go down. But yeah, I mean, this is beautiful World War II right here. Just a line of offense versus a line of defense. There's crossfires being set up, grenades to help push the enemies in the areas they want them to be pushed. And this exchange here is what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, we have Overdose and Cryptos trying to find somebody to shoot. I think Overdose and Cryptos should be scaling this hill. Cryptos being a little more aggressive than Overdose. It's Team Empty with they're against the Cryptos with a nice RPG, Overdose with a nice RPG. Cryptos is going to go down. Overdose probably going for the stab. Oh, he's going to get Overdose is going to get rage. Is he going to get the other guy? No, he doesn't. Raper gets him. Eliminated. But Raper's going to get shot in the back. So, yeah, there was a lot of back and forth. Karma was definitely the difference maker in this Plains. Actually, I don't know if Guerrilla went to the Plains. It looked like for a while there it was just Spy by himself. Raper was in the middle, as ordered. Xenophone was in the swamps, as ordered. But yeah, I mean, we really overwhelmed them in the Plains, and that allowed the momentum to be in our favor, even though I also believe that we kind of retreated and peeled back at times when we should have actually been getting more aggressive. And it ultimately culminated in this really nice battle here where, you had this nice line on defense, some offense, a couple of guys here, some guys on the flag. Like it was pretty good maneuvering by both sides. We were able to get that crossfire. I think Rickless Morty was here, Karma was there, setting up the crossfire on these guys. But at the same time, Team MPs was able to hold this for quite a while. But as you can see, Karma, 7 kills, 1 loss, 38 damage. This is, a vintage Karma style performance, and this is what you can expect when you send Karma to the correct places. Me, I got 5 kills, 25 damage. I guess that's okay for some guy who was, told to just be in the swamps by himself. On the other side, we see Spy and Raper with a combined 58 damage. Unfortunately, though, Raper with 7 losses. So you don't really like to see that number of losses from such a great player. And then, I think it really, the difference maker was sending Karma to the plains. Again, it was a party and everyone was invited except me. I was on swamps duty. And so even though I'm happy that our team won, I'm still not really happy with my orders. But as a soldier, it's not my luxury of voicing my opinion. So anyway, this is game 3. It is now tied up 1-1, and we're doing capture the flag on combat. So one of the things that I will always bring up when we play combat is the lack of RPGs, and I believe I made it a point to remind everybody to not just have these wild RPG volleys, because there aren't enough RPGs to go around, and since so much of the games of Karma, Kryptos, myself, it revolves around the Zook. You really don't want to be doing these lobs. This is my advice. Karma, perhaps not happy with it.
Game on.
MP calling for a 3-prong attack, 2 sides and mid. Spy and Gorilla go right, Raper and Rage mid, then move to support who needs help. Zeno and John go left. So let's just follow Karma to see if he actually takes my advice and is a bit conservative with the RPGs. I mean, I wouldn't mind spamming that, to be honest, so I don't know. I mean, there is an RPG pile underneath this water that might be better blown up, so Karma probably should have popped this pile. I'm not really sure if Karma actually knows that there's RPGs there, but he could have had about 2 kills right there. Meanwhile, we see a a very nice front being formed along the entire length of the map. But it does look like Kryptos is trying to creep around and not be part of the line. So we have Xenophone with 4 soldiers going up against Karma and Overdose. Fenster's there. So Rage and Xenophone, I think they're going to try and hold this hill. Meanwhile, we see Gorilla, Raper, and Spy in the middle. Nice gunshot there from Karma, taking out, I think, Xenophone maybe? One of the things we're really seeing is Team Father Xmas coming out the gate very, very hot. And Team Empy's team almost already on the defense. I mean, there's a little bit of offense here, it seems, but you know, I think Team Empy is really just trying to camp along this ridge, which is actually a very good position. But yeah, I mean, they really have been on their heels this entire time. See this fencer, this gorilla soldier, he's getting a bit frisky here. He's wandering way over. And he's actually going to take down Fenster. Karma, meanwhile, is sort of on the back pedal. He is going to get one of Xenophone's soldiers. Overdose is going after Raper. Raper's going to get gunned down there. We haven't seen much from Kryptos. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Last time we saw him, he was creeping around here. Maybe he died, or maybe that's his first soldier. Not really sure. But let's follow Mr. Kryptos for a while. He's engaging Spy, 1 versus 2. I don't know how wise that is. Meanwhile, we see Father Xmas, Reckless Morty, attacking Rage and Gorilla. Geralt trying to help Kryptos. Note just how many zombies are here. We've got probably about 8 or so zombies that could be used on the front line. Karma's soldiers have healed, it seems. I think Kryptos can pinch this guy right here. Might result in Spy pinching him, so who knows. See Karma putting some pressure on this hill. We see Overdose trying to sneak around. I think the idea was for Karma to be here and for me to go this way. We'll see how that works in a couple of seconds. shot down over there. Yeah, overdose. I don't know what I'm doing. I should be charging up this hill, and Karma could be pushing here. We could have taken out all these guys. Meanwhile, we see Xenophone and Spy securing the middle. Karma is actually going to get surrounded here. Overdose. This isn't looking good. Yeah, that was really bad on my part. But it looks like Team Father Xmas is able to scatter Team Empy there. Maybe a 4-soldier lead. That's a bad grenade right there. Oh, somebody's gonna get a double kill. Nice nade there, from John God, it looks like. Beautiful grenade. Kryptos doesn't want to give up this hill, but he's hoping that reinforcements arrive before he has to abandon it. But we were just a little too slow, it looks like. Fenster, Reckless Morty, Overdose, Karma, Gorilla, John God, Raper, Spy, Rage. So of course will follow me. Oh, here we go with a grenade. It's going to get one guy. Overdose with a nice grenade there. Using one of Karma's. I think Karma spared me. And Reckless Morty might have shot me in the back there. Yes, I said you shot me in the back. But yeah, I think things are well in hand. We have Empy and Rage as the last two soldiers. Nice headshot there from Kryptos. looked like a heel nade there. All right, so I mean, Karma with 46 damage. That might be the most damage we've seen so far. 8 kills, 4 losses. I got 27 damage, 5 losses. Pretty uncharacteristically bad. Let's see here. John God, 21 damage, nicely done, 5 kills. He laid in that beautiful grenade to kill 2 soldiers. I think somewhere around here maybe. Yeah, I mean, as far as strategy goes, we're really seeing an emphasis on these from Empy's team. We're really seeing an emphasis on these sort of balanced, sort of three-prong attack kind of strategies that has resulted in them sort of getting surrounded right off the bat. Even though it worked for them in game 1, it has not worked for them in game 2, so we'll have to see if Empy adjusts his strategy to, instead of having sort of a balanced three-prong attack, maybe he'll overload one side, or something along those lines. But yeah, interesting game, and let's move on to the next one. It is now over. Team Father Xmas 2, Commonwealth 1. This is Zookville. Again, this is a loser chooses tournament, so MP has chosen Zookville. Again, so much emphasis on these super cannons. We know Spy is really good with the super cannon. Xenophone, pretty good. Kryptos is pretty good with super cannons. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, when it comes to these two-team capture the flag on Zookville games, pretty much 90% of the action is in this area here. So I think I might just maybe this angle, but yeah, a lot of the game is going to be spent on this camera angle here.
Game on.
Alright, right off the bat, we see Spy and Xenophone with the super cannons, Kryptos and Overdose with the super cannons for Team Father Xmas. See a tank battle here between John God and Fenster. But maybe they're both running away. Who knows? We see some mercenaries. Meanwhile, not much happening in this I guess we'll call this the swamps. Looks like Fenster's gonna kill a soldier there. This This tank almost getting killed. Nice shot there from, was that me? Yeah, nice shot there from me. One thing to notice is that MP's team has a really good healing supply chain. You see, you know, if you recall, this super cannon was orange just a couple of seconds ago, but he's already been healed, and so, you know, well done for having kind of a supply chain of heals, whereas I'm in pretty, you know, me and Cryptos need some heals, and you know, Father Xmas is there, but does he have 2 heals? Okay, yes he does. So I guess pretty good supply chains on both sides there. Again, so much of this game revolves around the super cannons, which you know, makes it pretty unbalanced. It's kind of analogous to the choppers when you play Carnage. You know, if you're the last chopper alive, then everyone else is pretty much a sitting duck. That's sort of like how it is with the super cannon. A little exchange going on here. Nice cannon shot there to kill, it was a rocket guy. And now that tank is going to go down. So you see a pretty big gap already of 16% in favor of Team MP. Actually see, you know, we actually see pretty even momentum. You know, if you recall in the first couple of games, you know, I just talked about it. Team Father Xmas, you know, we really surrounded Team MP right off the bat. But this is, you know, if anything, MP's team might be sort of on the net offense here. Looks like Fenster. Yeah, Fenster seems to have taken the west side. How much strategic advantage that holds, I'm not really sure. But you know, well done by Fenster, who's actually going, I guess, oh, that's Karma. Wait, Karma and Fenster going sort of to the far west. They're going to get trapped by these walls if they continue too far. Okay, there we go. Fencers who really just blast these guys, but I think he could have had a better shot there, even though he did kill a guy. Fenster should be firing around into these guys. Oh, we see a tank going down. Seems like most of the action now is on this west side. Super cannon, Xenophone super cannon is now made, so this is going to be a game changer. And we see that this tank is going to be a sitting duck for this super cannon here. Reckless Morty is sorry about something. Oh, the cannon survives. Or the tank survives. But he's gonna die to a cannon shot. See, just a standoff between Kryptos and Spy here. I'm going to the west with my super cannon because I think Fenster was calling for some backup. But Xenophone's cannon is long gone. Sure where our tanks are. Maybe they're all dead. But MP's team has 3 tanks in this one area. And they're just gonna keep pelting these soldiers, slowly grinding down Team Father Xmas. Alright, I think we see Team MP starting to make some moves on the offense here. Looks like a battle here between Xenophone and Overdose. See a Merc battle, Das Geist and Fenster. Forgot to say welcome to him, or welcome back also. Haven't seen him in a while. He's become sort of a regular in our nightly games, so good to see him around. And now, you know, Team Father Xmas is really on their heels. Xenophone opting to go to the west. problem with this map is just nothing really does any damage to these super cannons except the super cannons of the other team, so it can get a bit ridiculous, I think. He's almost getting shot by the that tank over there. Meanwhile, we see Xenophone's super cannon up in the business here. We see Cryptos, Fenster, Overdose, everybody pursuing. He's drawing some massive attention. Father Xmas shooting my cannon a bit. Is this gonna do it? Yes, it does. Great shot there from Overdose. I mean, you know, leave it to Xenophone to do something crazy like that. Meanwhile, we have two enemy tanks here, seemingly taken aback, and Gorilla is actually gonna run over my super cannon. As you can see, the flag is here, but it's really sort of at the top of this tower. These tanks have just slipped in completely unnoticed. You know, Father Xmas really started calling for D when the tanks were around here. He should have been calling for D when the tanks were way out here. So maybe Father Xmas didn't notice. Not really sure what happened there. But yeah, those two tanks had just a walk in the park. I don't know. Oh, we see a stab there.
5 minutes.
Nice tank kill there from Cryptos. Trying to avoid the tank stab.
Flag contested. Flag contested.
The tank does appear to be faster than the super cannon, which is kind of strange. But yeah, I think this is going to pretty much do it.
Flag lost.
Yeah, so I think the big difference there was the not so much the super cannons, but the tanks this game. You know, which is very bizarre because in pretty much all of these games that I see, it always comes down to the super cannon just wiping out, you know, entire armies of soldiers. But in this case, it was a tank rush. They must have come all the way down here and across, and I think Father Xmas was a little too slow in calling out for defense. But at that point also, you know, we didn't really have much to kill those two tanks, so it might not have really made much of a difference. Nice damage there from Fenster, Xenophone, even though I think he died in kind of a dumb way, he still put up massive amounts of damage. Gorilla, triple digits as well, so good job on their parts. And Cryptos with 116 damage. So, you know, interesting game. You know, I really don't enjoy this map simply because the super cannons are just so powerful.
Eliminated.
But
Game over.
Yeah, that's the way it is. It was MP's choice, and he made a good selection and led his team to victory. So can't complain with that. So I think I'm going to cover these next few games at a later date. Just remember that it's 2-2, and we will see who gets to 4 wins. Oh, wait, yeah, it's 2-2, and we'll see who gets to 4 wins at another video. So I'll see you guys next time.